Hello everyone, welcome to 2022, welcome back to my channel. I very much enjoyed my little break, but I am buzzing to get back on here making videos for you all, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss a single thing that I have coming for you this year. Let's get into this topic because, let's be honest, it is a hot one. Ever since Lewis lost the Drivers' World Championship last season in such a dramatic fashion, pretty much everyone has been debating whether or not he's going to call it quits on his F1 career. Personally, my immediate reaction was absolutely not. Sir Lewis Hamilton is not a quitter. There is no way that he's just going to give up on winning that 8th world title. But I will say, as things developed as time went on, I did start to get a little bit doubtful, and here is why. So the number one reason that kind of had me a little bit jittery was that Lewis has been entirely silent on socials since, let's call it, the incident. He has not posted since this last photo on his Instagram on December 11th, which was from a quali, obviously the day before the race. And Lewis is normally very active on social media. He does take breaks every so often, as any sane member of us often needs to do, but him and his fans are so tight-knit, and one of his mantras has always been, we win and lose together, and the fans really connect to that, and I think it means a lot to them that even when he does have big losses, he'll still come on Twitter, Instagram, he'll still interact with folks, and he'll still say, look, I'm going to come back, we're going to come back stronger, and we'll take this hit, it's not the end of the world. There's been none of that, and it's made people pretty worried. So the second thing that I thought was a bit strange was that during this period of kind of silence on social media, Lewis received his official knighthood. So he had gotten his honours already, in terms of they told him he was going to get it, but he was actually knighted a couple of weeks back, and he was there physically for the ceremony with his mom, and nothing, no post about it. Obviously there were media there, so we saw some pictures which were absolutely lovely, him and his mom, but I feel like this is something you're going to want to post about, like you're being knighted, but he didn't. He has not said anything. Thirdly, obviously the comments that Toto Wolff made about Lewis potentially retiring were not super encouraging. Now, I know there's always these mind games going on, particularly with the team principals in Formula 1, and obviously particularly between Toto Wolff and Christian Horner, and I think in a way Toto almost sees this scenario as still partially between either him and Christian, or between him and the whole of Formula 1. He's like, look, because of this scenario that has happened, one of the greatest drivers in the history of our sport is considering retiring. This is not okay. And to be honest, I agree with him. He essentially made a comment saying that he cannot give any guarantees that Lewis would return to Formula 1 after the disappointment, because it was such a huge blow for him. That's a pretty big statement to make, and it got people worried, let's be honest. Alright, so those are some of the reasons why I was sort of starting to lean towards, okay, maybe Lewis will retire, this has been a massive blow for him. But the more I calmed down and really thought logically about it, the more I'm like, I would be shocked if he bowed out of F1 right now. Let's not forget that Lewis Hamilton has had to be arguably the most resilient driver in the entire sport of Formula 1 since he entered the sport 15 years ago. That's 15 years of having to be stronger than every other person around you. And look what he's achieved while also doing that. I mean, whether it be criticism about what he gets up to when he's not on the track, with his fashion, with his music, whether it's how badly his involvement in the Black Lives Matter movement was handled, whether it's losing the title race in 2007 in a very similar fashion to what's just happened. Lewis has been here before. He's been fighting this fight for 15 years, and that's not including all of the struggles that he had to put up with before he even got to Formula One, which we know were numerous. And really, this man is one of the most resilient sports people in history, and we have to give him that credit. We have to give him that belief and that energy, because he can do this. He can come back and he can win that title. Number 8, there's no way, like, Lewis is a very humble guy, and over the years he's kind of mellowed hugely and become very, not self-deprecating, but, you know, like, very kind of understated about his achievements. There is no way that he does not want that 8th title. There's no way that he doesn't want Lewis Hamilton to be the name that is associated with the most number of World Driver Championships in the history of Formula One. He's human. Who wouldn't want that? That means something, and I think, you know, he's already achieved absolutely astounding things. I don't think anyone would argue with that, but who wouldn't want to make that dream a reality? So there is an option C here, which we have seen drivers like Michael Schumacher, Kimi Räikkönen, Fernando Alonso, many drivers over the years take this option, and that is to take a break. Whether it's to go and race in something else. I don't personally think that Lewis would do that. Whether it's to, for him, probably it's going to be more like pursue his off-track interests, which he has tons of them that he is already very established in. Maybe he will. I think, you know, it's either he stays or he takes a break, and I think he's absolutely earned it. Let's be honest. If he did decide to do that, I think it would be very well deserved. So there is an option C here, but I think one thing that we can all agree on, regardless of whatever decision he makes, is that Formula One it would suffer hugely as a sport without having Lewis Hamilton in it. I think whether you're a fan of him or whether you're a fan of another driver, you can't really argue with that. Even if you don't like him as a person, the numbers don't lie, the achievements don't lie, and we would just miss him, wouldn't we? Okay everyone, those are my 2 cents in this debate that is kind of calming down slightly at the moment, because there have been some reports internally from Mercedes that Lewis has confirmed to them that he will be coming back for the 2022 season. However, neither him nor Toto nor any of the sort of official team spokesperson have confirmed that, so let's wait and see what his decision is. But in the meantime, I would love to know what your thoughts are. Do you think he's going to retire? Do you think he's going to come back stronger immediately? Or do you think he's going to take that option C and just have a little bit of a break from the hustle and bustle of it all and the drama, let's be honest? Pop a comment down below with your opinion, and I'll be hanging out with you all there replying. And until the next video, I'll see you all soon.